Yo, what's up everybody? It's Stewart. I am doing a writing tag, author tag today. As the title of the video clearly states, author tube, newbie tag. Even though I'm not really a newbie, I've done this for like a year now. I've only done a couple videos within that year. I kind of slacked off. So today I'm going to do the author tube newbie tag. I don't even know what the questions are. I haven't even read them. So who knows? Let's see here. How many are there? There are 13 questions. So if I can try to limit myself to about a minute a piece. 2 minutes tops. 2 minutes, God, that'd be 26 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna try at least a minute or less. I don't know. I ain't timing myself. Okay, question 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? Probably just like most people. I just needed some advice or tips for a particular scene or something that I was working on. I didn't really ever hear the term AuthorTube. I wasn't really in writing communities that much when I first started writing. I just wanted to write and I was having struggles, so I got on Google or something and typed up some how to do this or how to go about this, and kind of read some stuff. And then I probably was messing around on YouTube one time and I was like, you know what, they got videos for everything else on here, I'm going to type this up. And then I came across a video from Jenna Marassi, which I love her channel, she's amazing. Just throwing that out there. But I came across her channel and watched some of her videos. They really helped. So I subscribed to her, and then I started getting all these recommendations for other, channels or whatever that were similar to hers. I started watching them and I started following them, and that's just kind of how I got engulfed by AuthorTube. Was I was just searching for advice on something, I don't even remember exactly what, but probably writing in motion, because I think that's what, to me, that's my biggest downfall. I had the most struggles with is trying to write emotion. I'm alright with action sequences, fight scenes, world building, all that stuff. I like to pride myself in, but emotion is different for me. I'm not really that emotional of a person, so that's probably what it was. I was probably searching that. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been too long. But yeah, I was just going on YouTube, started searching for writing advice, and came across Jenna Marassi's channel and some others like Kim Chance and Kristen Martins and I think Vivian Rees and I don't know who all. But I was kind of just got engulfed by the community, I guess. Yeah. No, I don't want YouTube Premium. Let's see here. I didn't even type up these questions. Like I said, I don't even know what they are. I am on somebody else's profile right now, looking in their description box below the video for the questions. So, question number 2: what genres do you write in? The most obvious is fantasy. My first debut novel, which is coming out later this year, is The Battle for Medagore. It is an adult medieval epic fantasy, dragons and knights and elves and all that stuff. And that's what I am going to spend the most of my time writing in, I believe, is fantasy. That's what I'm really drawn to when it comes to world building and everything else. And I have so many different ideas for different stories and novels, short stories, flash fiction, all kinds of different stuff. It is fantasy, the medieval fantasy. So I believe that's what I'm going to write in the most. I do have some non-fantasy stories that I intend to write. There's one that's kind of like a religious fantasy, post-apocalyptic, whatever, Armageddon type novel I plan on writing at some point. That's probably on the back end of the writing list. Like there's a bunch of other stories I want to write before that, and that would probably be once I run out of ideas, maybe. I don't know. But I do plan on doing like a memoir type biography, whatever, of when I was younger. But that's still probably kind of on the back end. I don't really know where I'm going for that. There's a couple other fiction stories. That's not really fantasy, but it's not, real life fiction type stuff. It's, takes place in a fictional land, fictional world and all that stuff. that I plan on writing. There's one standalone and one series that I enjoyed. I have written on some, I've enjoyed them, and I might at some point write those and actually publish them. I don't know. But right now, my main focus is fantasy, medieval fantasy. Like I said, Metagore series is adult. I do have plans on writing some young adult fantasy, some darker fantasy, more mystery type. But yeah, that's question number 2. Question number 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? My preferred writing tense, past tense, obviously. I don't know why people would want to write present. It just feels so awkward to read to me. Most would be past tense. Yeah. Point of view. I like third person point of view. There's so many different types of third person. I don't really know the definition of all of them. I know there's like third person omniscient, third person deep, third person selective or limited or whatever. I think my preferred writing would be third person omniscient. I like playing God, I guess, in a sense, as a storyteller. I like knowing everything and letting the readers know everything. You should always know everything, but I like letting the readers know everything. So I think that would be my go-to point of view. Especially my Metagore series. It takes place in a land of 6 different kingdoms, and it's got multiple points of views. And since from everybody's point of view, they would each know a little bit different stuff. So the reader would eventually, kind of know everything. Anyways, it's just easier just to go ahead and, not really have much mystery to that aspect of it. There are some mysteries in it. I'm not saying you have to reveal every little detail, but I would say third person omniscience. And then category. Don't really know what y'all are talking about. Category. I guess children. Yeah, I guess age category. Since it's got children, young adult, middle adult, etc. I would say adult just because I'm an adult, and like I mentioned in my rambling video, I do curse a lot in real life, and it slips out a little bit in my writing. Not much. It's very toned down, but there is a lot of action and brutality and bloodshed and stuff like that, and some tortures in my Metagore series. So those are adults, and I don't feel restricted writing an adult. I am going to try to do some young adult novels, but I know there's more limitations, some stuff I can't do for those. So that'd be a little bit different for me, but my preferred would be adult just because I can do whatever. Most of my characters are adults, so that kind of really plays into it. I know young adults usually just because younger characters, but therefore with the younger characters, they don't do the same stuff as adults, I guess. Yeah. So for that, where's that question? Writing tense, past, point of view, third person omniscient. In category, adult. That's what I prefer. Number 4, are you a plotter, pantster, or plantster? I'm a plotter. I gotta have everything mapped out. I do initial outline of the entire book. I don't go as far as the series. I have a general idea where I'm going with the series, but for the book, before I start each one, I completely plot it out chapter by chapter. I don't go into the minor details, but the major points throughout the entire book I do. What's happening in each chapter, and as I write the chapters, and then I go back and outline a little bit more. Like right now, I'm about to start chapter 7 of my second Metagore book. I have what's going to happen in each chapter wrote down, and then when I get to chapter 7, I think I've already done this partially. I haven't completely figured out everything yet for that chapter, but I know the key points I want that's going to push the story forward. All the minor details, you know, I don't really want to say filler because you shouldn't really have much filler in your book. You know, everything should advance the story. But stuff that would play off of like side plots or anything like that, dialogue and such, I usually don't plan out until I'm ready for that chapter. So I got the main point of the chapter, which I'll go ahead and tell you. I don't think it's much of a spoiler. Basically, what my chapter 7 was that Daggerus receives a letter that's intended for Zane, or for whoever's over Tulane at that point, which is Zane. And he receives that letter. He reads it, and then he goes and gives it to Zane, and then destroys the letter before he gets to read it. And that's basically what my chapter 7, you know, on the original outline says. You know, Daggerus receives a letter, reads it, destroys it before he gives it to Zane. And now, whenever I'm there, I'm like, okay, where exactly is he at? What's going on? And I'm kind of, okay, well, I'm going to have him start out at the bank. And then, you know, this person's going to be there. And then they might discuss this. And then, you know, it kind of progresses through the scene. And I do that as I write the chapters, or as I get to the chapters. Since I'm on chapter 7, I'll go through and plot out the entirety of chapter 7. And then I'll go back and write it. And then when I get to 8, then I'll take whatever, I don't even know what it is, but whatever the outline is for chapter 8, and then I'll expand that before I write it. So I'm a plotter, and I gotta have every detail in a sense beforehand, but I am not against going back and changing things. Like if I've got it set, this is what's gonna happen in my book, and then I get another idea, I am very open to just go and change it. But I go in and change it right then, and I'll go through the entire book and change it in my outline. So it's completely up to date. So I ain't got, you know, oh, I'm going to do this, and then I kind of forget that I started changing it and go back to my other ways or anything like that. And I'm not one of those that's like, oh, you know, that would be cool, but that doesn't fit my outline and this and that, and I'm just not going to do it, even though I like that idea. I'm not like that. I will change it. I'm very open. I know a lot of people who are pansters, that's like their biggest thing is like, oh, well, if you plot, then you can't really let your story develop on its own. I do let my story develop on its own, you know, but I still plot it all out and things. And a lot of those changes where it does develop on its own is when I'm actually outlining the chapter itself, because that's when I'm really diving deep and trying to develop that chapter. Whenever I get to that chapter, I'm like, oh, this would be cool, and this and that, and then I kind of go through and tweak that outline, and I'll go through the entirety of the book and tweak that outline to fit it. But yeah, that's I'm applying. Wow. Okay. I just see what time it was. Okay. Question 5. Are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am yet to be published. I'm planning on self-publishing my novel. I do have it out to a publishing company, which I've curated, and I'm waiting on a response. I should hear back from it this month sometime, if I haven't already by the time this video's out. I don't know, since I'm recording this in advance. But I plan on hearing, or I hope to hear back from them this month. That's what I was originally told, that they would have their decision back to me by sometime in January. So I should hear back from them sometime. If they want to pick it up or not. If they don't, then I will just self-publish. It was my intention all along to be self-published. And then just this opportunity kind of fell in my lap to possibly become actually traditionally published. So I went ahead and jumped on that. You know, I wasn't going to just kind of push this aside. Which, when I talk about, you know, there's I hope to have it published by spring or summer this year. That is if I self-publish. If it's traditionally published, if these people do pick it up, which I'm not, I don't think I'm at liberty to say who, just in case they don't. But I don't have a contract or anything. But just in case, I'm not going to say their name. But if they pick it up, then it will be their decision whether or not or when to publish it, and I probably won't have much say in it. I know some companies they will kind of work with the author, kind of see when they would want to do it, and I hope they're like that because they do, and they do pick it up. I would still like to try to get it published late spring, early summer this year. I had originally hoped last year, November, December of last year. It'd been nice for December because my birthday's in December, but now it's kind of pushed back into. Right now, I'm hoping for late May, mid to late May. But like I said, that's more if I self-publish. If it's traditionally published, I don't know. But yeah, right now I'm yet to be published. But it's a toss-up between those two. Number 6, what publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not published yet, what is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? I don't have a literary agent. I don't really care to have a literary agent. It's, I guess, part of the reason why I didn't really want to go to the traditional route, because I didn't want to pay somebody just to try to sell my book to somebody else. I feel like I could do that myself. The publishing company that I would want to use, like I said, I got this opportunity kind of handed to me, or not handed to me, but I mean, it kind of became available out of the blue, or at least it was out of the blue for me. I'm sure they had been thinking about it for a while, but they just started. I don't really want to say their name, but that would be literally the only person that I'd probably submit to at this point. Later on, further in my career, I might try to traditionally publish with other people if it doesn't work out with these people. But I'm just happy being self-published, just getting it out there. I don't really like the idea of having to wait years to have something published, or possibly years. I know some people, traditionally they get something done, they send it, and they have it posted in a couple of months, which is perfectly fine. But I also understand that a lot of companies, if you're not one of the big ones, they just kind of put it off until, they just kind of have this opening. They're like, okay, now we'll release it. And it could be years down the road. I know writers personally that's happened to them. They've had a book done in like 5 years, 6 years, and it's still not published. But they cannot publish it because they've sold the rights to the publishing company or whatever. They've signed a contract to publish through them, so they can't go their own and just self-publish. The company holds, ownership basically to their work. As well as, I don't like the idea of publishing something and then somebody later on be like, well, it's not selling that much, we're going to remove it from print and it will never be printed again. I don't like that idea. I like to constantly have it at the ready, I guess, for people to buy new products. I don't want it to be, oh, you can't buy this. The only thing you can do is get used copies. So, yeah. Okay, number 7. What AuthorTube related videos can you expect to find on your channel? Or what AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? So far, there's not that much on here. I plan on doing more writing tags in the future, as well as updates with my books or whatever. But I do plan on doing more actual, how-to videos. I don't know, another one about world building, setting the scene, character development, how to write antagonists and stuff like that. I plan on writing more in the future, or I plan on doing more videos, recording more in the future of those type of videos. Number 8, when did you start writing? I started my first actual writing for an actual book, novel, whatever. I was in 9th grade, I believe, which 2004, 2005, somewhere in there. It was a writing assignment. We had to write a short story in English class, and I did that, and I just kind of, after I finished writing that little short story where as a project. I got it back and I started expanding it into a actual novel and then eventually into a trilogy. It is complete trash, but I didn't really try to make it too good. But that's what it is. I intend at some point going back and redoing it to make it the story that it could be and what I had originally intended. But being that young and inexperienced, I just wrote whatever I felt like writing. And it's just a jumbled mess right now. But yeah, I was like 2004, 2005, so I was like 14, 15, somewhere in there when I started writing. What was the first story you ever wrote? The story I started back then, it is now titled Left But Not Forgotten. I joke around about how, I've kind of left that story behind, but I haven't forgotten about it. But it was originally called Azate's Revenge, which is book 2 in the series. That's about as far as I'm going to go with that. Number 10. What authors have inspired your writing the most? I don't know. The authors I like the most would be like Stephen King, for sure. And Jenna Morassi, I love her, Savior's Champion. And then other authors, I don't know. I'm not saying the other authors aren't good, but I don't really feel like they inspired my writing. I've always just kind of done my own. I'm sure I've taken some inspiration from them, but I haven't really been one to be like, I need to write like that or anything like that, or I need to do it like they did it. So I don't know. I'll just leave it at those two. Number 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I have 3 children. I work a job at nights, so my writing schedule is whenever I get the chance. It's usually while the kids are watching cartoons or something, or like right now, they're at the grandparents', so I might write some later today. But it's just whenever I get the chance, and that's why I don't write daily, because it's very implausible for me to write daily. I would try to work on the story some in one way or another, whether it's research, character development, whatever, just doing 3D renders of the characters or scenes or whatever. Just kind of get my creative juices flowing, but not really writing daily. And that's mostly why. Number 12. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I type everything up on my laptop. Every so often, if I'm not at home, I get an idea, I'll pull out my phone. I got an app called Evernote, and I type up ideas and little segments on there. But besides that, I type everything up on my computer. Now and then, I might have a notebook handy instead of my computer. I might jot down some ideas. But it doesn't stay in there very long. It gets transferred to my computer the first time I have the chance, and that's where I do all my actual writing. And I do most of my actual writing in the living room on the couch or my laptop in my lap. Now and then I'll go to the bedroom at night and sit on the bed while my wife sleeps and just type or something. But laptop. Number 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of AuthorTube? The main reason I started this channel last year was to get more involved in the writing community and not be as much of an introvert like most authors tend to be. I like socializing with people in an actual face-to-face. I'm more kind of kept to myself in a sense. If you approach me and start talking, I'll talk back. I'm not like the don't talk to me type, but I'm not much to actually engage in a conversation. And I'm still kind of that way even on social media some. I don't really just engage in a conversation, but if someone engages with me first, then I respond, and then we can carry on the conversation. As well as here lately, I've been trying to be the one who engages, not really just posting on other people's stuff, but I'll be reading like different people's posts, and then I'll engage first in like comments and this and that, and that's what I kind of want to get out of AuthorTube now that I'm in the community. I want to be able to socialize and engage with the community more, not just be me doing videos to a camera on my own channel that hardly anybody sees. I want to actually engage. I don't really care how many people see the videos or how many people subscribe or anything like that. I just want to be able to contribute to the community, you know, give my 2 cents in a sense. If somebody has a problem or suggestion or struggling with something, you know, I want to be able to interact with them and, you know, kind of give them my point of view or, you know, my suggestion. That's kind of what I want to do here. That's why I wanted to do these videos. It's kind of, you know, in case somebody is struggling, which I know there's all kinds of different author tubers and different bloggers and stuff that do, you know, how-to videos and blogs and such. But I felt like, you know, I just wanted to, you know, contribute. I know there's 1,000 different people that's probably done the same, you know, how to outline your story or whatever. But I know for me personally, whenever I started looking at stuff, you know, I'd watch a video for something as simple as, you know, like I had problems with writing emotions, you know, how to write emotions. And then I'd watch a video on it and then I'm okay. I'm gonna watch this person's video on it, you know, just kind of get everybody's take on it and, you know, kind of blend everybody's process together, you know, see which one works best for me. And so, you know, that's kind of what I want to contribute to. It's just, you know, to give back to the community, I guess, in a sense. But yeah, that is all 13 of the questions. I hope you enjoy the AuthorTube Newbie Tag thing. And if you got any video ideas you want me to do in the future, something you're struggling with, just let me know and I'll see how quickly I can work that into my schedule to do a video, which shouldn't be too long. I can just kind of move them around. But, you know, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Besides that, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I got Pinterest. I got an actual website. All those links are down below. I have a blog on my website that's got more writing tags and Q&As and stuff like that on there if you want to go check those out. But yeah, just subscribe, ring that bell, give me a like. What else? I'm looking for ARC reviewers for my novel. It's an adult fantasy, medieval fantasy novel, 108,000 words. Like I said earlier, it's going to be released sometime this year, hopefully. I'm seeking ARC reviewers. I'm not sending them out yet. But within the next month or two, I should be sending them out. But you can go ahead and sign up now for it. I'm looking for street team members to help kind of promote it a couple months in advance, as well as release day blitz participants for when it is released. So if y'all want to participate or help me out in any way, shape, or form by signing up for those, all those links are down below. Oh God, I've been burping a lot today. No, I know the last video my nose was itching. Oh, but anyway, yeah, you can just sign up. Let me know what y'all want. Help out any way y'all can. You know, reach out to me. Like I said, I'm not much for engaging first, but you know, if y'all engage with me, I will be more than happy to engage back and interact. You know, I love hearing from different authors and readers and just anybody in general. You know, if y'all want to just ask me a question, just chit chat, whatever, just let me know. I'm also, I don't know if I just said this or not, but I'm doing reviews and beta reads myself. All that info is on my website. If you go there, figure out how to send it to me for me to be able to read and review it and get back with you. If that's something y'all are interested in, you know, I am currently available for all that. So yeah, that's about it. Peace out. Hilly. Everybody love everybody.